Man, this my boo thing right here, good people. She is in my soul, baby. Ain't that right?
That's right, and you're my love.
Yeah. But guess what? That don't
Ooh.
mean we still don't trigger each other.
Shutdown.
After 27 years of marriage,
Mhm.
this last couple of weeks, babe,
Yeah,
they've been kind of rough. Yeah, we
Kind of
really,
exposed some stuff.
man, yeah, we had to recognize some patterns, right? Because we realized in these last couple of weeks, we can't build another 27 years on these old patterns.
Right.
So in this episode today, we're going to have a real conversation with you on what that really looked like these last couple of weeks, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, right? And how we had to recognize some patterns in our own marriage to build another 27 years.
Right.
Because we either had to recognize it or we either had to lose each other. We about to talk about it today, right?
Those patterns are gangster.
Gangster, look, I'm FL, your life coach. This is my boo thing.
Chandra.
And this is the Married Life Podcast, good people, where we help couples recognize patterns within themselves and their relationships so they can what, babe? Regulate,
right?
Get the revelation,
right?
Build a new rhythm, and then fly together, good people. Yes, sir. You ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Man, let's get into it. So listen, man, like we said, these last couple of weeks, y'all know, man, I'm a note taker, so y'all see me with my notes. So this first part, man, we just want to talk about these last couple of weeks and just keep it raw and real with you, man. What was really happening with us? Right. We just start recognizing patterns. Man, you want to start, or you want me to start?
No, you go ahead.
Yeah. So these last couple of weeks, man, you always hear me talk about pattern recognition, So we start recognizing some patterns, man. In our own relationship, like my tone, right? So that's one of the biggest things, man. Wifey, well, I'll let her tell her part about that. But one of the things is my tone. That pattern came up, my delivery. You heard me talk about that, about another video that I did with our sons about the delivery sometimes. I mean what I say. I got a good heart, good people, but that delivery sometimes is kind of, so just talk about what was really happening for you these last couple of weeks and how we had to really have a real conversation about my tone.
Right.
Yeah, just talk about that.
I mean, for me, like the tone is a big thing. Like your tone can either like bring out of me what needs to come out, or it can completely make me shut down from, past trauma, experiencing as a child, just being around a lot of yelling as a child. I guess it just like my nervous system's like, all the yelling is like, for me, I don't know, I just don't do well with the loud tone. And he's just a loud person anyway. But when you're having a serious conversation and it's loud, for me, it's like, oh, something's wrong. You better shut it off right now. So that's how I have dealt with it. And being able to open up to him and express that and why it does that to me, I think that was really a big thing.
No, man, that was a big deal. And then I had to take a look at myself because, you can't keep using I won't say excuse, but you can't keep saying, this is just who I am. You hear that a lot, right? People say, well, this is who I am. I used to say that a lot, which it is, but I also have to consider what my partner is saying and vice versa. So, that was one of the things that we really had to have a real conversation about because the way she shut down, that also triggered me. You know what I'm saying? So listen, my tone triggered her. Y'all hear me talk about patterns and nervous system all the time, right? The married life is where your nervous system, you have to embody that change because now you nervous system to nervous system. Man. Then you throw in the kids and then her mom lives with her. So now you're dealing with all these nervous systems, right? So this is where the rubber meets the road. Right. So for me, when she shuts down like that, that triggers my nervous system to kind of push, right? So that's like the next part that we really kind of want to talk about, like when we said what was really happening, the nervous system part, right? So right before we get to that next part, I want to say this. Sometimes in relationships, it's not what's being said, it's what the body is remembering.
That's good.
See what I'm saying? Triggers, good people. So the thing that was happening with that, the pattern that was being revealed, like she was saying, my tone. So the last 27 years of our marriage, I've talked like this. Like I told her, man, I talk like this to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean nothing by it, but I also understand her pattern. Right. And I have to be aware of that. And if I know that triggers her, then I have to make a decision.
and me asking him to change his tone was not me asking him to change himself and who he is. It was just that I need something different in that moment.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, that.
Say that again. Say that again for the people in the back.
It wasn't about, trying to change who he is and how he speaks necessarily, but in those moments, I need something different.
That's real talk, people. That's real
just,
talk.
It's hard for me and my nervous system to communicate in that style. I don't like it.
That's real talk. And when I get triggered, my nervous system pushes. Push.
Right.
Let's get to the solution.
Yes.
Right. So look, I wrote this down. We had to recognize this wasn't about the moment, right? This was about a pattern. I talked about patterns yesterday on Soul Truth Live. Go check that out, right? So like she's already kind of touched on it, but kind of go deeper into the childhood environment, the hearing the tones when you was growing up, the yelling,
right.
And then how that triggers you anytime I raise my tone,
Right.
So,
I mean, just experiencing, just being around a lot of yelling as a child. For me, it just makes my nervous system shut down. Even if it wasn't yelling at me per se, it was just being in that environment and feeling that energy.
Yeah.
I mean, man, and that's what, I was kind of saying to him. I'm like, I know you're not necessarily angry, but it is a different energy, even with the yelling. And so that for me is just a total shutdown of who I am in that moment.
Yeah.
I process things different than he does. And sometimes like I always say, I mean, I can't have a deep conversation and really get into it in that environment. I just can't personally.
I don't think nobody can, because you can't really go deep with a dysregulated nervous system, right?
Yes.
So what I had to realize doing that was my own part. I had to own my part, which is my delivery. That's not an excuse just because my voice carries and just because my whole family talks loud. This is how we talk. When we first got together, she could tell you stories, man. When we first got together, family function, she thought we was about to fight up in there. Nah, Peter, that's just how we get down. You know what I'm saying? But that's not an excuse, right? If you want to build, like we said, if we wanted to build another 27 years, we really had to really resolve this, because this was a hurdle,
right?
Because when she shuts down like that, it would make me feel a certain way. It would trigger me and make me feel like, why she doing me? Like, why she treat me like an outsider? Like I've been here for 27 years. I've been your biggest supporter, because I think that's what I was telling you. Yeah. Like, why you shutting down with me? I'm your biggest supporter. I've been here for you for 27 years. You in my soul. Like, I ain't just saying this shit for content. You feel me? You in my soul. We done built a life together. I've been with you longer than I've been without you.
Right.
We've been married 27 years. Man, I'm only 47. So it made me feel a way. Right. So I really had to own my part on how I feel. Because like I said, when I get triggered, I push. Let's get to the solution. Let's get to the, and she's like, she shuts down, right? So that's what was happening. So that's the next part. Great segment into the next part of the nervous system, what was really happening. So I wrote down nervous system, safety detector, right? The amygdala, the alarm system. Y'all hear me talk about that. Fight or flight or freeze. So guess what she was doing? Freezing, shutting down. Guess what I was doing? Trying to fight, grind it out, right? Grind it out, So that's what I wrote down here, right, about what was really happening within our bodies and in our brain, right? Like I always say, you can't have or make sound decisions from a dysregulated nervous system, right? Yeah. So listen, like I said, I lean in, I push, I engage, I wrote this down. Now, both people are reacting instead of responding. She triggered, I'm triggered. So now, what's really being heard? Nothing. Nothing is really being resolved. Because I think she a threat, she think I'm a threat. Right. Right? And see, listen, and nobody's actually hearing each other.
It's impossible to really, that's not a good communication style. And nothing's really going to be accomplished because you're really just going over and over the same thing, and nothing is changing, nothing is happening. You still feel the same way. Your nervous system is still all over the place. And so you can't solve anything in that state of mind.
That's real talk, man. Look, listen, my mom used to always say, shout out to my mom, baby. She used to always say, are you listening or are you hearing? Right? Because listening and hearing is different. She used to tell me to go do something when I was younger, and I'd be sitting there and 10, 15 minutes pass by. She'd be like, boy, did you hear me? I'm like, yeah, mom, I heard you. She said, no, you listening. Because if you heard me, you would have moved and did it. Oh, wait. So, yeah, when you dysregulated like that, you can't hear nothing, good people.
Right.
All you trying to do is get your point across, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So, before we get to this next part, I'm going to leave you with this soul truth, right? You cannot build connection in a dysregulated moment.
No.
Can't do it, won't do. Like my man Mike Singletary. Can't do it, won't do it. Yes, sir. So now, man, we just want to talk about why 27 years wasn't enough. Right? In this part, like we said, we had to change. Yeah, we built a healthy 27-year marriage, kids, businesses, all that. But if we want to build another 27 years, those patterns, man, we can't take.
And to be honest, I mean, we've just started, like, it hasn't been that long that we've been in this pattern recognition.
Yeah, no, it hasn't.
I mean, it's so when we say we've been together 27 years, yeah, that's a long time, but we've only been working on the pattern stuff for a short amount during that, because we didn't know in those first at least 20 years, we weren't thinking about no pattern recognition.
Yeah, that's real.
I mean, that was just our life before. I mean, we didn't really realize what we had went through and how it affects us as an adult. I mean, so yes, we've been together 27 years, but that pattern recognition is not necessarily like the whole 27 years.
That's real talk. She's spitting facts, like the young folks say. This is no cap, baby. But now, real talk. We've always kind of been into consciousness. Y'all hear us talk about that. But pattern recognition is a whole nother level, good people. Because pattern recognitions deal with you in those first 7 years, and you really got to see yourself in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes, you get defensive, you get judgmental, just like we just talked about. You talking to me a certain way. What? I'm not talking to you no certain way. Now I'm triggered, she triggered, everybody's just reacting. Now we just so what we really had to do to resolve those patterns, man, we had to separate a little bit, because we really understood the first 27 years, how we built that. Great. That's all phenomenal. But if we want to build another 27 years or beyond, we got to change some things with people, because we can't keep going along this rate. No. Like I told her, like when we was talking about it, we can't keep having these blow ups about tone and stuff. 27 years, because it man, what did I say? I said it basically spins our wheels, right? It depletes our energy, and if you keep depleting energy,
we're not getting nowhere.
You're not getting it, and then eventually you ain't gonna want to be around that person. That's just keeping it a buck.
Right.
If y'all always draining each other's energy, every single day, right, man, that's not a real healthy marriage. That's not a healthy relationship. No. At all. So we had to identify, identity growth. That's what we really had to talk about these last couple of weeks. We had to really, because most of our blow-ups happen because of money and identity. Right. Would you say identity? Yeah. Like wifey was vulnerable last week. You was talking about you have a hard time kind of believing in it. You was talking about that on a video a couple of weeks ago when you was talking about, you remember?
Remind me, whatever.
Well, just how you say how you still work on your belief about you.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times, those triggers are about identity and money, right? And so, and then emotional maturity. Like our emotional state is different because we have a different level of consciousness now, right? She's a grown ass woman now, good people. 4 kids later, businesses. We almost 50. I'm a grown ass man. So when we got together in our 20s, man, we ain't the same people. We wasn't the same people 5 years from there, 10 years. I always tell people, when you marry somebody, you marrying about 10 to 15 different people.
Really? I mean, and even like when you're getting, but we didn't realize that when we got married. We didn't know any of this stuff. Like, this is, again, this is like new, and it's been years that we've been working on it,
Yeah.
but was just these past few years that we really came into that recognition of, oh, you know, we are different than when we got married. I'm not the same as, what happened to me in my childhood
Yep.
still can affect me to this day. I mean, it's just amazing when you like really become open
Yes.
to what has happened and what you're seeing in front of your eyes at this moment.
That's
the
it.
change that can really take place in your life.
Man, that's it, man. That's why we created our 5R framework. Good people, you got to recognize the pattern, right? You got to regulate your nervous system in real time,
Right.
so you can get a revelation on what to do next, and then build a rhythm around that new revelation, and then put that on repeat mode.
Right.
So you can dare to be you. You never want to lose your authenticity in the marriage. Like, think of a marriage like a team, right? Pro team. Think about all the great players, LeBron, the late Kobe, MJ, right? Yeah, they was the alpha dogs, but they had a team, right? Each individual had a certain role that they had to play.
Right.
Kobe, MJ, LeBron couldn't do it by itself.
No.
So you got to think of your marriage like that. Y'all a team. Y'all complement each other. Y'all not trying to override each other. Y'all not trying to overpower each other, right? Y'all complement. So listen, man, before we go to this next part, man, we about to drop this. I'm going to leave you with this right here. Listen, love will keep you together, right? A love might get you started, but only growth will move you forward.
That's good.
Man, listen, good people. We giving y'all the sauce 27 years, man. 27 years. So listen, man. Listen, I just gave you that little simple 5R framework, right?
Yes.
I just gave you that little simple 5R framework. So now we about to give you 3 steps that you can start doing right now, man. If you going through your relationship right now, y'all might be feeling stuck right now. It's a good relationship like ours.
Yeah.
But you might be recognizing some patterns right now that y'all can't take further. Y'all can't take those with what y'all trying to do and where y'all trying to go. So y'all have to have some real conversations.
Yeah.
So I wrote this down before we give you these 3 steps, and then we out of here, good people. Where do they need to email if they got questions though?
The THA Married Life 23 at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. So listen, you don't fix your marriage or relationships. You build new patterns. Ain't nothing broken. Y'all just changing and evolving.
Right.
You really got to build new patterns and get a new rhythm. Yes. So listen, here go your 3 steps right here, man, that you can do right now today. If y'all struggling in y'all's relationship right now and y'all trying to go from good to great,
right,
or even great to more regulated and authentic, right? There's a gap. These are 3 steps. What's the first one, babe? What's the first one?
Pause that pattern, okay? When something comes up, you got to stop and what do you say in that moment? See what's going on.
Yes. You got to recognize, man, what am I feeling right now in this moment, right? Step 2, what is it, babe?
Name that trigger. What just triggered you?
Say that again.
The tone triggered me.
Yeah, man. See, you got to name that trigger. What, like she said, what triggered you? The tone triggered her, and then her shutdown triggered me.
Right.
She's not the enemy. I'm not the enemy, right? You got to name the trigger. Yes. And then step 3, babe. What's step 3?
Create a new response. How are you going to respond now that you've seen this?
That's it, man.
You've got to change the response to it.
That's it. And for me, softer tone, slower pace. I wrote down intentional communication, right? And for her, I like, how did you have to change your response to me?
I mean, just being more open and, just affirming, I guess basically I'm hearing you, but right now I can't respond like that. I can't do the loudness right now. So just being able to openly say, hey, it's, can the tone be different? Then I can really move forward in my communication style.
There it is, good people. There it is. So look, those are your 3 steps that you can do right now. If you struggling in your relationship or marriage right now, right? Like I said, y'all got a good marriage,
right?
But y'all trying to take it to great. and you starting to recognize some things in that marriage that, man, we can't take with us if we gonna really keep building and keep growing, right? So listen, man, this is what I'm gonna leave you with. You don't need a new partner.
No.
That ain't what you need. You know what you need? You need new patterns. Oh man, look, I can stay on that all day. Listen. And if you're willing to do that work together, then you can build something wide and deep, right? So y'all can start flying together, man. That's what the married life is all about. So listen, man, I'm FL, your life coach, and this is my boo thing. What's your name, babe? Chandra. And this is the Married Life Podcast episode. So until next week, good people, listen, drop your comments below.
Ask questions, email us.
What hit you out of this video? If something hit you in this video, comment below. Let us know. Because like I said, these last couple of weeks for us, we really had to have some real conversations and make some tough decisions. But we did it though, didn't we, babe? Man, give me some. We did it though. And guess what? You can too. So until the next episode, every Tuesday at 2:30, we drop a brand new episode. So meet us here. And until next time, like I said, I'm FL. It's my boo thing.
Chandra.
And this the Married Life Podcast, baby. And we out.